Okay guys, I have a serious PSA to everybody who clicked on this video. Now, I just want to say that I deeply apologize for this disgusting, bunch of hair that should have been brushed beforehand, but somehow I missed it. And this is why I hate wearing wigs, because they just knot up and you don't even know it. So I just want to sincerely apologize for this disgusting hair. I want to throw a brush at it so bad because it shouldn't have been like this. So on my behalf, my apologies. I hope you can get past this. I hope you can continue to watch the video because my hair is nappy, okay? I'm sorry guys. It won't happen again. Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to my channel. So today I have lots and lots of news for you. As you can see, I'm in Kaylin's room. Her room is the cleanest in the house right now. We are getting ready to move, but that's besides the point. So I'm gonna update you guys on where I am right now and rewind a little bit to where I used to be and how I got here. So before I get into this video, don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel and comment down below if you're a new subscriber so we can be friends, because I ain't got no friends and y'all already knew that. So let's get into the video. Let's rewind back to probably my last video. Weeks and weeks ago I was in Med-Surg 2 and I think I did a day in my life, and when I tell you that class was awesome, awesome. And if you're going into nursing school, right off the bat, when you are nearing the end, when you're in your last couple of clinical classes, that's when you pretty much have a whole bunch of autonomy. What do I mean by autonomy? I mean, there's a lot of things that you start to get to do by yourself. I don't really know if I explained exactly how things go in the clinical setting, but rest assured. So when you have a clinical day, you meet your instructor and the rest of the classmates at a certain point at the hospital, whatever. So then your instructor, this is how it works for my school, and I'm pretty sure it's really general across the board. But basically, your instructor assigns you to a patient, which means that you're assigned to the nurse who's in charge of that patient. And basically what you do is you make sure that your patient is cared for. You will be giving your patients medications, whether it's shots or hanging IVs, whatever, and making sure that your patient is very well taken care of. Now, the only downside to this is that depending on which floor you're on, some patients don't need super one-on-one care, and it could get a little boring at times. So what we do is we literally follow the nurse for almost all 5, 6, or 7 of her patients. And then we pretty much take care of all of them. Now, when you're at the clinical setting, you'll have care plans due or a journal due if you go off the floor into a specialty. Now, into a specialty, that means going to the ER, the ICU, or the OR. And we usually have to do journals, and it's a couple of sentences. a couple questions, and you just pretty much answer them how was your day there, what did you get to see? And you go to those by yourselves. It's not a couple of people go here, a couple of people go there. No, there's only 3 people that goes off the floor each time, 1 person to each of those specialties, and then everybody else stays on the floor. So being able to have more patients, it pretty much gives you more experience on how to do certain things. You get the skills over and over again, and when it's time for you to become a nurse and go to your preceptorship, you will know a lot more. You will know how to prioritize your patients a little bit more, as well as doing the hands-on skills. In Med-Surg 2, I got to, you know, do a little bit more by myself. It's kind of like, oh, okay, you know what you're doing, so I'm gonna sit here and let you do it. Like, you go ahead, you do it, show me how to do it. Like, you know, here, you take the stuff. And it just makes you feel good. It makes you like really feel like you know what you're doing, even though you're like, you know, reading the instructions. Not really, but yeah, it just really makes you feel confident that you can actually take care of a patient. So that was Med-Surg 2. Med-Surg 2 started off a little bit easy, and then it started to get like a little harder, but it was a very good class and I learned a lot, so thanks to the teacher. Okay, so acute care, which is like your emergent settings, your ICU, your intermediate care, that type of setting for like stroke patients or MI patients and things like that. So acute care was probably my best class so far, and not only am I talking about the grade that I received, but I'm also talking about like my experiences were so bomb. There's people in class that didn't get to go to all 3 specialties, but I was able to, thank goodness. So the ICU was pretty fun. I had a nurse that was very knowledgeable in how to care for patients in the ICU, and she really taught me a lot, taught me a couple secrets on how to like do hands-on skills her way. And I just learned so much. So grateful for that. So, you know, the ICU is like for your critical patients who need more frequent care. So it was fun. We cared for 2 patients and we did head-to-toe assessments on them very thoroughly. Now when you learn your head-to-toe assessments, you kind of like, okay, you kind of get the groove of everything and stuff like that, but usually head-to-toe assessments are very thorough upon admission. But when you do like your daily assessments, you'll just do more like a focused assessment based on, you know, why the patient is there. So yeah, ICU was great. So the next thing I did after that was the OR. When I tell you the OR was the best thing I've ever done, hands down, like literally the best thing. And I think I more so enjoyed the surgeons and the surgical assistants aspect of it, because they actually get to scrub in and they're like hands-on. Whereas the nurse kind of like doesn't scrub in. You kind of just like, oh hey, pass me this, oh hey, do this for me, and then we have to like chart, and it's like a couple of like tabs that you have to like chart on the patient. What's the patient doing now? What's the patient's current status? Just, you know, like the same thing you have to chart every time on every patient. And I just really loved the OR. It was really cold in there, but I got to see some really cool things. And yeah, I don't want to go into detail on that because I don't want to make you guys queasy. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. And then the last thing I had a chance to go to was the ED. The emergency department was fun. It was fun. I stuck so many people. I've gotten so many IVs, so many straight caths. What else did I do? I got to help in a critical situation, but it wasn't like CPR or anything, but this person was declining, so it was just, you know, I felt good to be able to help somebody in that situation. And, you know, that's the whole point of this, right? So, yeah, that was my experience with acute care. I did get probably the highest grade that I've ever finished a class with. I guess I was just so in love with it that it just made me like do better. I don't know. That's my theory. So, I don't know. So now that acute care is over with, we're entering leadership. Leadership does not start for another few days. I'm excited about this because it's only 3 weeks long, and there is an ATI for leadership. So I'm excited about that because I don't think that it's going to be that difficult. And if I was able to get a level 2 on my med-surg ATI, then I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be able to get a level 2, fingers crossed, on my leadership ATI. And I never really got in depth with you guys about ATI, but yeah, it's like all over YouTube. But it's just like these little tests that we take after every class to pretty much see how you're doing. And if you can get good on an ATI, then you like up your chances of passing the NCLEX, because some people say that the ATI is way harder than the NCLEX. So if you do good on ATI, then you're going to be able to do good on the NCLEX. That's what they say. So I'm hoping one and done with the NCLEX. But yeah, so after the 3 weeks in leadership, our last 2 weeks of the class, because you know my classes are 5 weeks. So the last 2 weeks of the class, I get to do my preceptorship. I will reveal my preceptorship and everything that goes along with that in a separate video. I'm excited about it, so hey. Yeah, so that was pretty much it. That's pretty much everything that I've gotten to do. And pretty much where I am now after leadership is NCLEX prep, guys. That's it. Like, we're done here. Like, we're at the end of the road here, and it feels good to just see the light at the end of the tunnel now. And I know a lot of people say, oh, just do this, oh, just do this because it's worth it. But you know, it feels good to actually say it is worth it. Like, it's definitely worth it. And yeah, I can just not be any more excited. I wanted to say thank you to all my subscribers who've been here since day one. Over a year ago, when I first posted my first video, which was actually in this room. I think it was my orientation video. And you know, just thank you guys for, like, you know, believing in me, encouraging me, trusting in me to ask me questions, and for me to give you a valid answer. I think y'all OG subscribers, y'all are the ish. And to all my new subscribers, welcome. I'm here to stay. There's gonna be a lot more videos posted now that I'm gonna have a little bit more time, and I feel like I don't have to study as much. I know that sounds bad, but I don't. But even though I do, I have less to do because these next 3 weeks or so I won't have clinicals, so I don't have to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Like, you know, I'll just have time to do so much more. So that's pretty much what I'm saying. So I'm gonna leave this floor open for you guys to comment down below things that you want to see. I have a couple videos in mind, but yeah, don't forget to just let me know what you want to see. If I can take a couple of questions and throw it into a video, or just do a Q&A, I can do that as well. I know I've been getting a whole bunch of questions about my school personally and things like that. So if you get a chance to run across this video, guys, just leave them in the comments below, and I'll probably just do a Q&A on one of my next upcoming videos. So yeah. I also wanted to give a shout out to my friend. I'm gonna insert a clip here. She took me out because I made it past my last clinical class, and Rachel is so great. When she took me to see Ingrid Michaelson, I was just like, dude, I don't know who that is, but I'm just gonna go. Like, I'm gonna go, of course. Like, you're paying for it, I'm gonna go. But turns out, like, I know a couple of her songs, and it ended up being such a great night. So yeah, shout out to Rachel, one of my good friends. Love her to death. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it. So don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel and comment down below if you're a new subscriber so we can be friends, because I ain't got no friends and y'all already knew that. So I guess I'll see you in the next video. Deuces.